My name is Angela Nickle. I grow a garden in Uxbridge, Ontario, Canada. And my favorite crop is garlic. I call it my stinky rose. So Cheryl mentioned it. In Canada, we have 4 months of good weather, right? But garlic takes about 9 months. So when I sell garlic, I buy garlic. I inspire people to grow garlic. So the first full moon of October, it's a root crop. So anything below the ground, I wait for a full moon. Just before planting, I take a clove of garlic, okay? And I put it in the ground. I can either push it into the ground if my soil is loose enough, or I take my cutlass and I move my soil back and I drop it in, okay? When you put it in the ground, it goes in. I put it in, make sure that my hand is covered and it's down into the ground. But before I put in my clove of garlic, I put in bone meal. I make sure I put compost in. Garlic doesn't like a wet soil. It doesn't like its roots wet. So you have to figure out a way. So what I do back home is I make a raised bed. A raised bed, I push my garlic in, and it's up high so I can control the water. I make sure my garlic gets 1 inch of water per week. And I also make sure that everything around my garlic is weeded. Garlic needs a clear soil, it needs sun, it needs your water, and it needs nutrients. How you feed your garlic really depends on what you have available. The first thing to bust is this. It's my joy when I go in the garden and you see this little green sprout. So I did this, so I talked about the soil, right? A good soil. And I talked about the sun, okay? And I talked about rain. Okay, what else did I talk about? I talked about bone meal, I talked about compost, right? Loose. I talked about mulch, right? I mulch. I use compost. Other people use straw. I don't use that, okay? So, and I talked about planting the clove about 4 inches. 4 inches out. So this is my bad drawing of my clove, okay? And between this one and this one, at least 6 inches, okay? When I cut the flower off, all the energy goes back down to here. And what happens is, you see how it says leaf? Every leaf represents a skin. This here will come in June, okay? June. I try and pick it before carnival so I can get the carnival. Anyways, so that's done in July, okay? This leaf dies. I said there are 10 leaves, right? So this one dies, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. According to my math, there's 6 leaves left, okay? I might leave it if the neck, so this is called the neck of the garlic, okay? If the garlic neck is big, if the garlic neck is thick, I'll leave 6 leaves because the garlic gets so big it busts. You want closed garlic for storing. If you ruin the neck of your garlic, you ruin the garlic. You cannot store it. So you're not yanking it out, you're actually digging. So every single garlic, it's your fork in the ground loosened and then collect it. Here you could wait a day to clean the garlic. This is the perfect spot because if it's fresh, you can imagine that if it's wet, it will go moldy. You don't want moldy garlic. After 9 months, after 9 months of work, you want to preserve this garlic, okay? And that's what I do. I cure it for about 4 to 6 weeks. When it's cured, I sell it as dried garlic. Do not cut off your roots. Don't do that. Keep your roots on and keep these stems on because this is what you need to dry your garlic. To hold back the garlic that's perfect, right? And you take those heads and you put them in the fridge. You let them rest there do that period, that 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and then you start again. Because if you grow 10, right? Hold some back, put it in the fridge, and start the process. Garlic is about cloning. Garlic is a cloning. So I don't know how well hard neck garlic will do, but I think we can talk about soft neck garlic. So this is soft neck garlic. Soft neck garlic might do better in your climate, but I don't know about you, but I like the big ones. Like I rather, right, ladies? You know what I'm talking about, right? So I don't know about the little ones. Like, look, this one is already sprouting, right? And the flavor, right? It tastes different, right? So this one's already sprouting. We're gonna plant this tomorrow, okay? Don't be looking at my garlic. She's like, I'm taking, no, don't be looking at my, I'm just kidding. I'm playing with you. I'm playing, I'm playing. What we're gonna do is afterward, whoever wants to taste the garlic, more than welcome to try some raw garlic. I gave Cheryl a head of garlic. Well, you still have it. She doesn't want to use it because she's saving it for a special occasion. Any questions? Any questions?
My first question.
Yes.
How much garlic you plant?
Stacks up for okay.
Do I plant? I have a small crop. I do about 2,000 over 2 days. Over 2 days, I can plant about 2,000. And the squats that I get in, it's a good workout. But each clove, it's a bend and put in, and you go. It's not by machine. We don't do by machine. It's yellow. You have to take it out because there's a disease in there. You don't want to introduce disease. You can still eat it, but don't replant it.